an
That's how you
extraordinary
should do
talent.
every one.
I know, right? But
Time.
we're not doing that today because I have seen your work,
Okay,
Hank
great.
Green, and I'm extremely fond of it, and it is all over the place. So many different things.
I do not, say no to an idea.
Yeah, and, one of those
Everywhere, then there should be enough stuff to take up all the energy for some kind of self-replicating system. Why aren't they there? Where is it? What's the reason? There has to be a reason, and then there. From there, you can have lots of fun conversations about everybody's different solution for the Fermi paradox, which is a thing I love. I love to ask people this, and some people, like some science communicators, are like, "This is a dumb conversation. I'm tired of having it." And I'm like, "Well, that's not me. I'll have it forever." I think that it says a lot about us as individuals, um, because it is just guessing.
mm,
There are things you can do to, like, empirically think about it, but, like, I think it's a lot of guessing, and it's kind of fun to do the guessing.
yes, and when you made that video, the thing that jumped out at me was that you said something you went on to, like, talk about the Fermi paradox and aliens, but at the beginning you said something like, "But I'm like a bit of a rare earthist." Like, I think that
Yeah,
Earths are actually quite rare, and I can talk more about that if you want me to.
and I never did.
I
I
want you
should do
to.
that at some point.
Yeah, I'd quite like to know what you mean by that.
I think that if you count up all of the things that are nice about Earth, you end up with them probably not being that common. So, of course, like, objects weirdly, I'll start here. Weirdly, Earths are particularly hard to discover.
Yes.
So this is annoying. This is
Yeah.
just like the different systems we have for detecting exoplanets. Um, they are really good at detecting larger planets or closer in planets. So, and I can go to the details there, but like that is just a thing that is true about how we find exoplanets. And so finding like medium-sized planets that are kind of far out, you just find fewer of them, not because there are fewer of them, but because the way that we detect planets
Mm.
is worse at detecting
Well, why is it?
things like
Why
that.
why can't it detect those?
So the main way that we detect exoplanets is that planetary system has to be perfectly aligned so that the star and the planet passes in front of the star from our vantage.
Mhm.
And planetary systems are not oriented with any like in any way.
Right.
So they're all different orientations. So the vast majority of them are oriented in such a way so that planets do not pass in front of the star.
Mm.
And so if the star is closer in, you can actually like see it even if it's at a little bit of a tilt. So like Mercury might be visible if it's a little bit tilted, but Earth wouldn't be because it would be above from like the perspective of coming straight up at it like this.
Right.
And then larger planets can do other things, like they can make the star wobble. That's how we initially found the first exoplanet. And so like a large close-in exoplanet can create this wobbling. But smaller planets that are further out are just
Ah.
harder to see.
So smaller ones close by pass by the sun from
Yeah.
our vantage, so you sort of measure the light
Yeah, you measure
dimming
the
slightly,
dipping of the light of the star.
and the bigger ones further out, they're not as perfect in their orbit, but they make the star.
I don't know that they do. If they're further out, I don't think that they do make the star wobble, but there's something that makes bigger,
Mm,
like all the Neptunes easier to detect.
mm.
I don't know if it's just that they're literally larger. I don't think it is.
Yeah, but then okay, so but that on its own doesn't mean that Earth-like planets are rare, it just means
No,
we're bad at
it means they're
spotting
bad at
them.
spotting them. So Earth-like planets, I think they're probably not that rare. So like
Mhm,
a planet roughly in the size of Earth. I think what's probably pretty rare is to have water, and what's even more rare is to have water and land.
mhm,
Now, this doesn't sound
mm,
doesn't seem impossible, but I think that water and land is actually maybe vital for something like humans happening. So, like, life had a long time to just be in the water, way longer than life has had to be on the land. And there seems to be something about being on land that like pushes animals in a different direction, which I think
mm.
is very interesting. And there's like ideas about why. But um, but I think that like chemistry would be very hard to do. Like if you were trying to be a a technological species. Technology is just harder in the water because it's harder to like create with them, then you
Yeah.
put pots of liquid into those pots of and it's just, like, harder.
Mm.
So I think that's a trickier thing, but it also just seems like all of the smartest animals in the ocean came from the land
Yeah, don't they sort of come out and then
and
go
then go
back in
back, like
again?
all the cetaceans.
Yeah.
They, like, developed their big brains on land and then took them back into water, which is very interesting, and that, like sorry to octopuses and cephalopods, I know people are mad at me about that immediately,
Yeah.
but, like, they're like a different kind of intelligence, and they've been around for so long, and they didn't do a lot of what cetaceans did.
Do we know why they crawled back into the water again?
I mean, I'm sure that somebody
Maybe we
does.
should do that. I don't know. I
Have you done it? It's wonderful.
it's nice, isn't it? I don't feel like, I don't feel as though my brain would function very well down there for very long, but I suppose evolution takes a
No.
long time.
Yes.
There's one animal that started in the water, that came out of the water, went
Yeah.
back into the water,
Uh-huh.
and then came back out of the
Yeah.
water again, and I can't remember which one it
It's
is.
a,
I think it's like a tortoise or something.
there's a isopod that has done that too,
Really. That's
which
so
is like those little roly-polies.
it's like they sort of can't make their mind up, which is a good reminder, a helpful reminder that evolution is not
It's
like
not going in a direction.
it's not targeted,
No.
right? It's just sort of stuff that
If you can anything that helps you make yourself, there will be
yeah.
more of that